Because Leanne, what I've discovered about her, having met her at this conference and spending a lot of time with her, she speaks her truth. If she's tired, if she doesn't feel like going to something, she says it and she doesn't over explain. So the reason why I brought that example is in your life when you're placed in these situations day in, day out, what do you do? Ask yourself, am I speaking my truth? Do I really feel like that? Or am I people pleasing? Am I people pleasing? Am I being extra nice or polite? Appease someone else, but it's not how I really feel. Now, I'm not saying that we have to all walk around and say, I don't feel like this, and be completely rude and blunt, but I want you to consider just being in a state of being who you are moment to moment, okay? Moment to moment. Not who you're expected to be by what someone else expects from you, but who you are moment to moment. And that to me is living your truth. That is living your truth. That is honoring who you are, honoring how you feel. And I believe that we form deeper connections with people when we are authentic to ourselves, right? Because let's face it, people can feel when you're not being truthful. We can feel. There's energy. Words mean nothing. Words mean nothing. It's the vibration, the feeling, the vibes that you feel with people. So what I've learned through asking myself those questions is that I'm able to form deeper connections with people and also create more of a safe holding space in every interaction with people in life or in business. Because they say, you know what? She's being honest. She's real, right? I feel safe with this person. I want to do business with this person because she's honest. There's no mask, right? So this is an example of something, a shift, a daily shift that you become consciously aware of that is going to help you flourish in your business interactions, in your relationships, and in your friendships by being honest with yourself and living your truth, okay? And the third question that I want you to ask yourself and to consider is, am I operating from a place of love or fear? Love or fear. There's a beautiful course, a spiritual course and metaphysical course called A Course in Miracles. How many have heard of A Course in Miracles? Right? Okay, yes, I'm going to be teaching that course as well. I've studied the course as well. Marianne Williamson, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Oprah, Eckhart Tolle, they've all endorsed the course. It's a very powerful transformational course. And what that course teaches is that in any given moment, we are either in a place of love or fear. Okay? Love or fear. So I want you to digest that for a moment. Because what that means is all of the thoughts that you're thinking are always coming from that place, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So let me bring it down to real terms. You're anxious. You're anxious. You don't want to speak the truth to a person about how you really feel. Your spouse. You're angry with your spouse. You're holding these things in your heart, these grievances, these frustrations. He's not helping her out around the house. He's not helping out around with the kids. You're holding that in. In that moment, you are living in a place of fear because you're not speaking your truth. The fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment, the fear of not being understood. And all of that is fear, and it depletes your energy. It depletes your vibrational frequency because truth is the highest vibrational frequency because truth is love. And love is who we really are because we're one with God, the divine. We're one. So when we are operating from a place of love, when we are operating and speaking our truth and living our truth, we are actually aligning ourselves with the divine. And when you're one with God and the universe, you're going to find that you're going to invite more flow, more grace, more joy, more ease in your life because you're operating from a place of love. Okay? And it's something just simple as that, that shift, that awareness of asking yourself that question. Am I reacting from a place or love, from love or fear, can totally transform your entire day, your entire week, your entire life, and how you go about things. Because you're going to feel better when you're operating from a place of love. You're going to feel happier, more joyous, because you're living from the core of your heart space. And I go down here because your gut brain, your third heart is here. It's not here. So you go here. So you're operating from that place, right? So it's when we fall out of misalignment from that place and we're living in fear, we invite more struggle, more obstacles in our lives. We can't see, witness the miracles that are happening around us, the grace that's surrounding us constantly, because we are in that place of fear. So those three questions, those simple questions, will help you start your inward journey to self-examination and studying yourself. Not in a judgmental way. You're not judging yourself and saying, oh, I shouldn't have said that. You know, why, oh, I'm ashamed, why am I thinking this? Not from a place of judgment, but of loving awareness. Loving awareness. Now, I want to bring it back home to the beginning of this conference. Did all of you hear the wonderful Dr. Harbeen Aurora in her speech? That just hit home to me. It's like you're speaking my language. I totally get what you're talking about. And if you recall what she said, is that there is a universal call for women at this moment to rise and lead and take the stage, if you will, because there's a need to rebalance the energies in the universe, rebalance. And what that means is balancing out the masculine and the feminine energy, okay? The masculine energy, in layman's terms, is the make it happen, do it, action-oriented, massive action that has, we need to act. We need to act. We wouldn't get anything done. So we want to embrace that masculine energy. But right now, things are out of balance, universally speaking. So it's very, very important that we as women bring our natural, nurturing, maternal abilities to the forefront in our businesses and lives. And that's how we're going to contribute and create a greater impact in this world, because it is required. It is required. Women are incredible leaders. Why? Because we live more from the heart, intuitively. And with that comes a purity in the decisions that we make in our business, in our lives, because it's coming from our heart and it's not coming from our minds. Right? Most of the decisions that we make from our minds comes from a place of fear and judgment, right? So the reason why I brought that up, just to tie this all together, because I'm going to be closing, is that, ladies, we have work to do. We have work to do. However, we must have solidarity within ourselves before we can have solidarity among us. Because when we all work together, we're a force. We're a force. Women are a force when we work together as a global sisterhood. But we have to have inner peace and solidarity within ourselves before we can be of greater service to the world. Okay? So I'll end with this quote that I absolutely love by Diane Marie Child, where she quotes, "A woman is the full circle. A woman is the full circle. And within her, she has the power to nurture, create, and transform." So I want you to digest that. That's how powerful we are. We're amazing feminine creatures. And I just want to thank you all for listening to my heart. I hope that this message has resonated with you. And when you go home, back to your hotels, or you sit and talk with your friends, that it stimulates this conversation, this internal conversation with yourself, asking yourselves those three simple questions. so that you can live your highest truth and become all that you were created to be. Thank you. Bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. I'm sorry? My first name is Abby.
Abby.
Oh, there's a
Okay, it was
microphone.
really,
Yes.
really, very interesting what you shared with us, all
Thank
of us.
Thank you.
Your journey from being an entrepreneur to,
Yes.
woman inspiring person.
Yes.
So what I want you to share, which you have just mentioned very briefly, is about
Yes.
the guru. You didn't mention about what happened.
Oh, I know. Everyone always asks that. I know I skim over, but it is actually some pretty cool stuff.
So whatever little you can share.
I will share with you if you're open, and I don't want to take up the time for the next panelist. But um, basically, what he revealed to me was that my journey here is to awaken the souls, right? And he shared that my calling, if you will, the underlying calling of the work that I'm putting on the surface of women's empowerment, is a spiritual calling to teach, and to help provoke transformation within people. And I spent actually 3 months with him. He is of Sikh descent. I spent 3 or 4 months with him, yes, Sikh, meditating. He taught me, passed along a mantra to me. He taught me how to meditate. And I'm able to still, I don't share this very openly, some of you will understand, but because of that, I'm able to still my mind, whereas it takes years for people to still their mind after meditating for years, right? And I'm able to help transmit that to the women that I'm working with. So as you see me as a coach, when I'm working with people, but I'm working with Source in the process. So my calling is actually at the core spiritual calling. So and what I love about it is the fact that I came in pure-hearted. I came from, a Christian background. Um, I was not familiar at all with the Eastern teachings or ways. I'll tell you that I'll share this is really cool. When I was a teenager, what was revealed to me is my friends would often catch me daydreaming with my hand in a mudra pose, and I didn't know, and I would go into silence for long periods of time, and they would say, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this with your hands?" I didn't know, and it was only revealed later that my spirit was familiar with the practice that I was not aware of. So, having said that, there's a lot more to the story, but we don't have time. I can speak with you after. Having said that, I have never felt more myself than I feel in my life right now. I come before you humble and just sharing with you that every day I wake up, my life has a meaning. My days are busy. I talk to my friend, she's a spiritual advisor here, Elena here, and every day my day is about working with women. They come to me with all kinds of